Hello everyone, welcome to the episode number 52 of Q&A series with Suresh GP. As you know, we are starting about a series on business relationship management. Today, we're going to talk about the 4 pillars of how to build a BRM capability. So if you are a aspiring business relationship manager or you're already a business relationship manager, check this out of the 4 key pillars that you need to drive in order to become effective in the role of business relationship management, not just within the role but also on the capability. Number 1 is evolving the culture. You need to understand that business relationship management is a capability and not a role and function. As a BRM, you need to champion the culture of shared ownership. Now, typically we have roles and responsibility metrics, but at the end of the day, we need to ensure that we don't drop the ball and apply some of these principles to derive value. A lot of times in organizations that I work, people do not use the right language. For example, they talk about business and IT alignment. The right word is convergence. So look at the terminologies and ways to represent the right way of communication, because your vocabulary could be so powerful in how we communicate between internal and external business partners. The third one is about understanding to create more leaders. As Aaron Barnes, the CEO of the BRM Institute, always says, we need to create more leaders so that throughout the organization, we develop leadership as a practice. We also need to coach the organization leaders with the right level of vision, requirements to drive organization value. And that is on the drive, evolve culture part. The second pillar is about building partnership. When I mean to say partnerships, it is both internal and external. So if you look at the role of a BRM and the BRM function, we need to stimulate, surface and shape demand for your business partners. We need to also have deep domain knowledge to understand the partners' aspirations and help them to fulfill that business objectives. We need to build cross-functional relationship. It could be between departments like HR, finance, sales, marketing, in order to converge on value. We also need to educate the partners on the BRM mindset in terms of communications, roles, capabilities, and so on. And finally, we need to have partnership with all the different stakeholders within the entire value chain to deliver meaningful results. The third pillar that you need to focus is on drive value. Now, value is very subjective. It lies on the eye of the beholder. So when we talk about value, we need to move away from a cost conversation to a value conversation. We need to focus on value discovery rather than just solution-based approach. We need to focus on elaborating the strategic relationship between the different partners and communicate on strategic capabilities. Whether it is going to be a program, project, we need to focus on what initiatives are we driving and what value are we going to create. And finally, we need to start thinking about preventing value leakage. As important as what we call as creating value, it is also important to reduce value leakage. For example, how do you prevent unplanned outages? How do you focus on ensuring that the communication is seamless so that we don't get stuck in the old ways of working? The fourth and final pillar is satisfying purpose. Today, many of the relationship-centered organizations focus on satisfying the overall purpose. So, as an organization, we focus on why do we exist? The question of why needs to be answered. And we need to understand how the purpose drives organization decisions. If you look at the triple bottom line from the BRM Institute, they talk about people, purpose, and planet. So as an organization, what kind of skills and competencies are we developing for the people in order to be more productive and ensure that value is realized? But also, how do you leave this as a better place to live in terms of sustainable initiatives? looking at the planet, looking at the longevity and the purpose in the overall world. We also need to strategize with the partners to develop future roadmaps, identifying new opportunities, convergence in the way of deriving business results. I hope that these 4 pillars of evolve culture, build partnerships, drive value, and satisfy purpose will make you so powerful as a business relationship manager and business relationship management as a capability. I hope this episode was useful to understand the 4 pillars, and I look forward to seeing you in our next episode of Q&A series with Suresh GP. Until then, keep watching and post your comments on the next questions you would like me to ask around business relationship management. Thank you so much for watching.